Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. For today's video is going to be another watch me work, and it's going to be a full soak off video. This is part one of another video that's coming out next Thursday of this nail art design here, which is Maleficent inspired stamping. So if you want to see that video, make sure you stay tuned for next Thursday. So for my removal process, I always like to use an e-file bit to remove the old design. So here I'm using the pearl bit from Willow. This is in real time, so you're seeing the speed that it takes the product down in. This is a medium grit, I believe, so this is just in real time and me basically showing you the time and how long it takes to take off the old design. So underneath this red, I have a base layer of gel and a little bit of a strengthening layer as well. So I'm not touching the nail plate with this bit at all. And what I do like to do with my removals is I do just like to leave a little bit of the colour on. It doesn't bother me too much if there's colour left on there because it's going to be soaked off anyways. So as you could see, I left on a little bit of the red. So now this is of course sped up, and I basically just do the same thing to all of the nails. When e-filing, make sure you are being quite careful with the skin, but this is a safety bit, so it's not as harsh as if it wasn't a safety bit. It's got like a round top, so it's safe around the cuticle, but always make sure not to touch the nail plate, and also just make sure you're not causing any heat or anything. So as you can see here, I'm not rubbing up and down across nail, I'm going in one smooth motion, then lifting the e-file bit and then going back down in the same motion. Linked below, I'll have this e-file bit linked below. Any products or any tools I use in any of my videos and in this video will all be linked below. But if you do have any questions, please make sure you let me know in the comments. So now I'm like to remove all the dust, and then we're going to be basically doing the removal. So first of all, I'm using the almond oil from Biosculpture. Then I'm getting a cotton square with some gel removal from Biosculpture on it. Place that on the nail and then wrap it up in some foil. Make sure you're not doing this too tight, but you want to make it sure it's tight where there's no air getting inside. And you don't have to use this step, but I like to put a clip on just to make sure it's securing it's securing the foil on the nail basically. Reasons why we do use oil though is just to make sure the nail's nice and hydrated underneath, because this gel removal, I do believe it contains acetone in it, but it's not just acetone, it's the gel remover from Biosculpture. So you want to make sure your nails and the nail plate staying nice and hydrated and healthy, so putting a bit of oil underneath, just make sure that does happen. So I'm not using too much of the remover, as you can see, just enough to saturate the cotton square, which the cotton squares are also from Biosculpture as well, if you're wondering. So I leave the removal process on for about 10 minutes. That's the minimum time you need to leave it on for, but if there is any stubborn bits or you've done a bit thicker layer of gel, I would recommend leaving it on for a little bit longer, but I wouldn't say it any longer than 20 minutes. So after 10 minutes, I unwrap the foil to check the nail underneath. And as you can see, it's all nice and lifted. You can tell when it's like ready, it's just because it's all lifted up. And then I'm using some vitamin dose, also from Biosculpture. Just put about 1 to 2 drops on the nail, and then I'm using with a really light hand. Do not use pressure at all with these tools. So I'm just using just a regular kind of very blunt, like straight edge blade tool, just to really gently remove the gel on the nail. On camera it might come off as I'm using a lot of pressure, but I'm genuinely using a really light hand and just kind of nudging the gel. And I always like to then go in with a scrub brush just to remove all of the gel basically. And yeah, super healthy natural nail. Reason why you use vitamin dose, you don't have to, but reason why I like to use vitamin dose is just because, again, it just makes sure the nail's nice and hydrated. And I also do find it actually really does help with the removal, and it's just then so the gel doesn't feel like that chalkiness, and I don't like that, and it just doesn't sound or feel healthy at all when removing. So it just keeps the nail nice and hydrated, basically. You can just see how simple and easy it is just to remove all the product underneath. It just removes off so nicely. With the vitamin dose, I think it really does help, and it is quite beneficial, so I would recommend getting your hands on it. I'll link it down below as well. I also have a discount code if you buy it off of the Biosculpture website, so I'll also leave that affiliate link down below. If there is any stubborn bits I do come across, I always just like to put another drop of vitamin dose in, or if it is just a really big stubborn bit, I'll just put it back up, wrap it back up and leave it for another minute to 2-3 minutes. But generally I don't tend to have many of them. And there we are, all finished. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little watch me work of a removal. Let me know if you have any questions below. If you want to see this look, make sure you stay tuned for next week's video on Thursday. So make sure you subscribe, turn your notifications on, and like this video if you did, and I will see you next time. Bye!